Welcome everyone, I'm Jordan Sharp as we head into another day of NBA action here in the playoffs. It's time for me to release some more NBA series prop picks. I already give you my 4 series prop picks for the games that all started yesterday. Time for the Sunday afternoon contest, and we'll kick it off with the afternoon game between the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Boston Celtics, the 2-7 battle in the Eastern Conference. And this one, I think Cleveland, obviously we know, is going to win the series. The question is whether or not they're going to do it in relatively quick fashion, or if the Celtics are going to give them some problems here. I think the Celtics could definitely give them some problems here with the depth of their bench and how well they're coached. However, they just do not have the athletes and the talent to match up with the Cleveland Cavaliers. However, going back to Boston, I think the Celtics could probably win a game here somewhere down the line. Excuse me. The Cavs obviously have some issues here with their experience level in the playoffs, as do the Celtics, don't get me wrong. But in this case, I think Cleveland could take them lightly in certain instances. I think that could lead to Boston winning at least one game in the series. But I'm picking the Cavs in 5 games. I think it's probably the safest play here from Bovada Sportsbook. That'll give you odds at plus 125. Next one I have for you is the Brooklyn Nets and the Atlanta Hawks, a game I touched on in my NBA picks of the day today. The Hawks won all 4 of their regular season matchups against Brooklyn, pretty much blew out Brooklyn in 3 of those 4 matchups, and I don't think we're going to see much difference here in the playoffs. I think the Hawks are actually going to sweep this series. I could see Brooklyn winning a game here, but the Hawks have had some rest. They look like they're getting healthy, and if their defense has had some time to get some rest and recuperate after a long regular season of pretty much playing better than almost any defensive team in the league, I think Atlanta here could sweep the Brooklyn Nets and move on to the second round rather easily. I'm going to go with Hawks in 4 from Bovada. That'll give you NBA odds at plus 250. Next one is the Portland Trail Blazers heading into Memphis to play the Grizzlies here in the 4-5 battle in the Western Conference. This should be a pretty good series, however. I do think the Grizzlies are a little bit undervalued here, and that's why I'm going with them here to win the series. If it wasn't for how banged up they were at the guard and wing position, I'd pick them in 5 games just because they've had a lot of success, like the Hawks have had against the Nets, against the Blazers here in the regular season. They've won all 4 of their regular season matchups against the Portland Trail Blazers, and despite the injuries, I still think Memphis is the play here, but I'm going to pick them in 6 games instead of 5. I'm assuming that all their guys are going to get healthy here throughout the series, but I think 6 games here at plus 400 for the Memphis Grizzlies. Pretty good play here for your series prop picks from Bovada. Next one and final one for you here is, of course, the first round series to watch. It is the San Antonio Spurs heading into Los Angeles to play the Clippers in the 3-6 battle in the Western Conference. And no doubt this series is going to go 7 games. It's going to be really tough for either team to win it. It's unfortunate that these 2 teams had to play in the first round because I think they're 2 of the 6 best teams in the NBA, in all of the NBA right now. But one of them is not going to make it out of the first round. I think you're going to see the pattern continue that we've seen between these 2 teams over the last couple years in the playoffs and see the Spurs beat the Clippers and send them home packing early. I know it's probably tough, but the Spurs have a very big advantage, not only in their depth, but their defense, and they also have one of the best wing players in the entire NBA in Kawhi Leonard. Outside of Kevin Durant and LeBron James, I think I'd put Kawhi Leonard as the 3rd best 3-man in the entire NBA, and I do not say that lightly. I do think he's going to dominate the Clippers here in this matchup. I think Tim Duncan's going to show that he has still got it and can dominate Blake Griffin in this series as well, who has had some time off and is probably not back to 100% quite yet in regards to his legs. But I think Spurs in 7 games at plus 450 is an absolutely incredible value here. I still can't believe that the Clippers are favored as much as they are here in this series, but I think the Spurs in the end going to take care of business against the younger, less experienced team. So I'm going to go with Spurs in 7 games at plus 450, and that will cap off your Sunday series prop picks from Bovada. Best of luck to you on all of those. Like I mentioned earlier, make sure you check out some of my NBA picks of the day as well. But until then, I'm Jordan Sharp, and this has been another edition of the Sharp Pick.